I have something a little bit different for you today. I did a podcast where I answered a variety of different questions like saving, investing, paying off student loans, and so much more. So today I'm going to share some highlights from that podcast with you. So let's not waste any time and get into it, and I'll see you on the other side.
Anthony, thank you again for joining us today. We asked our listeners to send in some of their financial questions in anticipation of your arrival. We got quite a few that came in, so let's jump in and maybe we can do a rapid fire with some of these. Here we go. The first one comes from Phil in Houston, Texas. Phil writes, how can I pay off student loans when I'm barely getting by?
First, I want to say this. I hear you. You're carrying a weight that so many people are struggling under right now. And it can feel like you're drowning in bills with no way out. But I want you to know this, that there is a way out, even if it doesn't feel like it right now or today. You want to start by giving yourself some grace. And here's why. The system wasn't built with affordability in mind. And struggling doesn't mean that you've failed. It means that you're human in a really tough economy. Now, from the place of grace, we take action. So here's my plan, or what I would suggest. Look into income-driven repayment plans. These are designed for times exactly like this. They base your payments on your income, and in some cases, your monthly payment could be as low as $0 while still keeping you in good standing. Now, if you're working in public service, teaching, or nonprofit work, public service loan forgiveness could wipe out your remaining balance after 10 years of qualifying payments. And even if you're not in one of those fields, don't discount small wins. I always say this: momentum is more powerful than the size of the step. An extra $5 here, a $20 payment from a side hustle there. It adds up over time. The key is consistency. This isn't about, or don't make it about crushing your loans overnight. It's about showing up even when it's hard and making progress you can be proud of. You're not just paying off debt, you're reclaiming your financial peace one decision at a time. And that kind of resilience changes everything.
Next, this one comes from Sam in Cleveland, Tennessee. Sam writes, when should I start investing? Is now a good time to start investing, or should I wait?
Sam, this is such a smart question.
Is this a common question you get?
It is, and it's one that trips a lot of people up. Sam, the fact that you're even asking this question means you're thinking ahead, and that's a great mindset to have. Now, when it comes to investing, there's a saying that stood the test of time, which is the best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is today. And that's not just a catchy quote. It's truth that's rooted in how money grows over time. Here's why. Compound interest and compound growth. It's like financial magic, but it's real. You see, when you invest, your money earns returns. Then those returns start earning returns. And over time, even small amounts can turn into something significant. Not necessarily because you've been added more, but because you started sooner. Think of it like planting a tree. If you plant a tree today, right, you don't see the full beauty of the tree tomorrow, but give it time and you'll have shade, maybe some fruit, and something that lasts. So it's the same principle. Waiting to plant it doesn't make it grow any faster. It just delays the result. Now, some people think that you need to be rich to start investing, but that couldn't be further from the truth. You could start investing with as little as $10, $25, or even $50 a month. Building a habit of investing is what matters the most at first. And starting with small amounts is a great idea, in my opinion. Automate it if you can. Make it part of your budget, like if you're paying a bill. Now, Sam, You don't have to know everything to start investing. You just have to start. Every investor, every financially secure person, every millionaire began with that one first move. So take that first step, start investing now, and trust me, your future self will thank you.
Kim from Charlotte, North Carolina writes, I don't really have any credit history. How can I get started?
Great question. And the fact that you're asking shows that you're ready to take control of your financial future. Now, starting from zero can feel frustrating, but here's the good news. Everyone starts somewhere, and you've got solid options. Think of credit like a relationship. It's built over time with trust, consistency, and good habits. One of the first steps that you can take, or I would suggest, is a secure credit card. You put down a deposit, say $200, and that becomes your credit line. From there, use it for small, manageable purchases like gas or groceries and pay it off in full each month. Why? Well, because payment history makes up the biggest chunk of your credit score. You can also ask to be added as an authorized user on a trusted friend or family member's credit card, someone who already has a good credit rating or credit score or credit history. Their one-time payment and low balance can help boost your credit profile without you even having to use the card at all. Now, there are two golden rules that I want you to keep in mind and everyone else that's listening. You want to pay everything on time. Even one late payment can hurt you. Second thing, keep your balance low. Let's say under 30% of your limit is best. Under 10% is even better. You want to building credit isn't about doing everything overnight. It's about being consistent, smart, and patient. You're laying the foundation now for opportunities down the road, a better apartment, lower interest rates, and even the ability to qualify for a home one day. So don't be discouraged. You're not behind, you're just getting started, and that's powerful.
Here's another one from Charlotte, North Carolina. Jay writes, I feel overwhelmed with debt and don't know where to start. How do I get the ball rolling to get out of debt?
All right, first off, let's just take a breath together, because what you're feeling is real. The sense of being buried under debt is heavy. I get it. And you're not weak for feeling overwhelmed. You're strong for wanting to do something about it. That's the first big step. And you've already taken it by asking this question. So now let's talk about getting started. I want you to think of this like cleaning a cluttered room. It might look chaotic right now, but once you start sorting things out, the path forward becomes clearer. Start by writing down every single debt you owe. No judgment, no shame, just the facts. Who do you owe? How much do you owe? The minimum payments and the interest rate. This list is your roadmap. It puts you back in the driver's seat. Then you've got two main strategies. One, the debt snowball method, where you pay off the smallest debt first so you get quick wins and build confidence. Or two, the debt avalanche method, where you tackle the highest interest debt first, which saves you more money in the long run. Both are powerful methods. It's about choosing the one that keeps you motivated, and motivation is everything in this journey. Now, let's talk about the engine behind your progress, which is your budget. This is where you start telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. You want to cut what doesn't serve you, even if it's temporarily. Cancel any subscriptions that you don't use. Eat at home more. Pause non-essentials. And redirect that money towards your debt. every extra dollar becomes a vote for your freedom. And please celebrate the wins, because paying off a credit card, that's a victory, that's a win. This journey is emotional, not just financial. So reward your consistency, not just your results.
All right, Anthony. The next one is from Kate in New York City. Kate writes, can I rebuild my credit after bankruptcy? Will a low-limit card help?
This is a tough one, but listen, bankruptcy doesn't define you. It's a chapter, not your whole story. And yes, you probably can rebuild your credit. It takes time, patience, and a plan, but it's 100% possible. A low limit or a secure credit card is a great first move. It gives you a fresh way to show lenders that you can borrow reasonably. Use it for small everyday purchases like a tank of gas or your Netflix bill, and pay the balance off in full each month. The goal isn't to spend more, it's to prove consistency. And every one-time payment and low balance you maintain helps rebuild your credit profile. And those little wins, they add up. Here's the truth. Rebuilding credit won't happen overnight. But you've already done the hardest part, which is facing the situation head on. Now you're choosing to move forward. So don't let the past hold you back. Let it fuel you to overcome. Your future credit score is still being written, and this time you're in charge of the pen. So make sure you make the right decisions.
Now, this one is something I've been wondering about myself. Pam from Atlanta, Georgia writes, how can I teach my kids about money without boring them to death?
Okay, another great question. And the fact that you're even asking, it means that you're already being the kind of parent who is setting your kid up for success. Teaching kids about money doesn't have to be complicated, and it definitely doesn't have to be boring. It has to be real and relatable. Kids learn by watching, by doing, and by experiencing. So instead of giving them a lecture about budgeting, show them how money works through everyday life. A simple but powerful method is to start with 3 clear categories: spend, save, and give. You can use jars, maybe some envelopes, or even kid-friendly financial apps. Whatever fits your lifestyle. When they get an allowance, a birthday gift, or earn money from chores, help them divide it up. A little for something they want now, a little to save for something bigger, a little to give to someone or something they care about. This teaches them that money isn't just for instant gratification. It's a tool for responsibility, generosity, and delayed gratification. And another big tip is let them save for something meaningful. Don't just buy it for them right away. Let them experience the anticipation, the discipline or setting money aside, and the pride of reaching their goal. And that right there teaches patience, planning, and purpose in a way no lecture ever could. And when you're out grocery shopping or paying bills, bring them into the conversation. Say something like, here's how we decide what's worth buying, or we're saving up for this, so we're skipping that. Real life examples stick. Your transparency becomes their training ground. And lastly, you want to celebrate their progress. When they save up and buy that toy, let them feel like a financial genius. You're building confidence, not just teaching rules. This isn't about creating little accountants. It's about raising kids who grow up with a healthy, confident mindset around money. And that's a gift that can last a lifetime.
Those were some great suggestions. I took notes while you were talking. Let's keep it moving because we still have a few to get through. Liam from Washington says, I feel like my money just disappears. How do I even start managing my money?
First of all, you're not alone in feeling like your money just disappears. So many other people feel that way. And it's not necessarily because you're irresponsible or bad with money. Life is expensive. Things add up. But the fact that you're asking this question shows that you're ready to take your power back. And that's where everything changes. Managing money isn't about restrictions, or shouldn't be about restriction. It's about awareness and intention. So let's start right there. Begin by tracking every dollar that comes in and goes out. For one full month, write it down. Use budgeting apps, spreadsheets, or even a notebook, whatever you have, whatever's convenient for you. What matters is that you see it clearly, maybe for the first time. Because here's the truth. You can't manage what you don't measure. Once you start seeing where your money actually goes, you'll start recognizing your pattern. Those $5 coffees, or that late night Amazon scroll, or the forgotten subscription, and suddenly you'll stop feeling like your money is disappearing, and you'll start feeling like you're the one that's directing it. Here's a formula, what I would recommend. Use the 50-30-20 rule as a starting point. 50% of your income goes to your needs, which could be rent, food, transportation, bills. 30% goes towards your financial goals, which could include saving, investing, or paying down debt. And 20% goes towards your fun stuff, dining out, entertainment, whatever you consider as being fun. Now, this isn't a one-size-fits-all formula. It doesn't necessarily work for everyone, but it gives some sort of structure. And structure creates freedom. You can adjust it to fit your situation, but the key is that now you are in control. And let me say this, I want everyone that's listening to understand this. Don't beat yourself up if it takes time to get it right. Budgeting is a skill, not a punishment. You'll tweak things, you'll make mistakes, but every step forward, no matter how small, is a step towards peace and confidence with your money. You're not trying to be perfect. Make that very clear. You're trying to be present. And that's powerful. Keep going. The clarity, the control, and the confidence you're craving, it all starts here, right now, with you paying attention. You got this. You can do this.
The next one simply says, what's the secret to saving? And this comes from Tony in Richmond, Virginia. But wait, Tony goes on to say, I want to save, but I never seem to have any money left over.
Listen, that feeling of never having money left over, you're definitely not alone. Many people think saving is something that you do after everything else is paid. But here's the hard truth. If you wait until the end of the month to save what's left over, there will always almost never be anything left. And that's not because you're bad with money. It's because life fills every space you give it. So what's the secret to saving? Let's flip the script. Start treating your savings like a non-negotiable bill. Just like rent, electricity, or groceries, start treating your savings like that, like a non-negotiable bill. That means you pay yourself first. The moment your paycheck hits, automate a transfer to a separate savings account, even if it's just $10, $25 at first. It might feel small, But what you're building isn't just a savings account, is you're building a new habit. And small habits done consistently creates big results over time. And here's a tip. Make that savings account a little hard to access. Keep it separate from your checking account so that you're not tempted to dip into it for every minor thing that you want or you think that you need. Think of it as planting seeds. You don't dig them up every few days to check on them. You let them grow. Also, give your savings purpose. Saving for what? What are you saving for? Are you saving for an emergency fund? Are you saving for a vacation, a home, a new car, a sense of peace and freedom? When your saving has a name or purpose, it feels more real. You're not just putting money away, but you're building your future. And don't get discouraged if it feels slow. Saving is a long game. It's not about perfection. Some months you'll save more, others less. And what really matters is that you stay consistent and keep coming back to your why. Why are you saving this money? You don't have to be wealthy to save. You just have to be willing. So start small, start now, and watch how those tiny deposits become your safety net, your opportunity fund, your confidence. You're not just saving money, you're reclaiming control.
The next one is about investing. Denise from South Carolina writes, investing seems intimidating. How do I get started with investing?
You're right. Investing can feel intimidating at first. There's jargon, risk, a lot of pressure to do it right, not lose any money. But here's the truth. You don't need to be a financial expert to begin. You just need courage to take that first step. And you're already doing that by asking this great question. So let's start by simplifying it. Investing isn't about hitting some home run or predicting the next big stock. It's about ownership. When you invest, you're literally owning pieces of businesses, innovation, and the economy. And over time, those pieces can grow in value and work for you. One of the easiest and smartest ways to get started is with index funds or exchange traded funds. Think of them like a basket that holds a variety of investments, stocks from hundreds of companies all in one place. That means if one company has a bad day, it doesn't sink your entire portfolio. It spreads out your risks without requiring you to research every single stock. Next, you'll need a brokerage account. You can open one online in minutes with platforms like Fidelity, Vanguard, Schwab. Look for one with no minimum balance and low fees. And if you're thinking long term, consider a Roth IRA if you're eligible. It's a powerful retirement account with tax advantages, tax benefits that can help your money grow faster. Also, here's the part that most people miss. Start small and be consistent. You don't need to invest thousands right away. Even $20, $50 a month, automatically invested can build real momentum over time. The key isn't timing the market, it's giving your money time in the market. That's how compound growth works. It's magic. Remember, every seasoned investor was once a beginner, nervous and unsure, just like you are probably right now. But they took the leap. You don't have to know everything to get started. You just have to start. Learn as you go. Make mistakes, adjust, but don't let fear keep you stuck. Investing has a lot to do about mindset. You're not just investing dollars, you're investing in your future. And the fact that you're ready to begin, that already makes you powerful.
Lisa from New Jersey have a question about creating a financial plan. Lisa writes, how do I create a personal financial plan? I've got goals but no plan. What do I do?
First off, I love that you said, I've got goals. That's the spark. That means that you're not just drifting, you've got a vision for something more. And now, all we need to do is build a roadmap to get you there. Now, creating a personal financial plan might sound complicated, but think of it like this. You're designing a blueprint for your life. You're deciding how to use your money as a tool, not just to survive, but to thrive. Start with clarity. Before you can plan where you're going, you need to know exactly where you stand. Look at your income, your monthly expenses, your debt, and your savings. Don't skip this part. Even if it feels uncomfortable, awareness is what gives you power. Next, take those goals in your head and put them on paper or in a notepad or app, spreadsheet, journal, whatever works. Break them down into 3 categories. 1, short-term goals. Things you want to accomplish within a year, like building a $1,000 emergency fund or paying off a credit card. Those are just some examples. 2, mid-term goals. Maybe saving for a down payment, starting a business, paying off some student loans, things that you want to accomplish in maybe 3 to 5 years. Next, long-term goals. Things like retirement, buying a home, or funding your kids' education. Now, here's where the magic happens. Align your budget with those goals. Every dollar you bring in should have a purpose. Either it's to cover your needs, fuel your goals, or to build your future. And remember, this isn't a set it and forget it type of plan because life changes. So check in with your plan regularly, whether that be monthly, quarterly. When you get a raise, pay off a debt, or face a life shift, adjust that plan, refine it, but don't abandon it. And please don't wait until everything's perfect to start. You don't need a financial degree. You don't need thousands in the bank. You just need a decision to take control. And to everyone that's listening, I want to say this. A personal financial plan isn't about restriction. It's about freedom. It's about telling your money what to do instead of wondering where it went. You're not just building a budget. You're building a future with intention, confidence, and purpose. All right, these are some great questions. What do we have next?
Jane from Dallas, Texas wants to know how much should she save for retirement?
This is such an important question, and honestly, it's one a lot of people avoid asking until it feels too late. So first, let me say this. The fact that you're even thinking about retirement puts you ahead of the game. You're choosing to prepare, not panic, and that's powerful. So let's talk numbers in a way that makes sense. A good starting point is the 25 times rule. That means whatever income you're thinking that you'll need each year in retirement, multiply it by 25. If you want to live on $40,000 a year, that means you'll want to aim for a savings about $1 million. Why? Well, because something called the 4% rule, a guidance that says that you can safely withdraw around 4% of your retirement savings each year without running out of money. But let's be real. When people hear they need to save $1 million, it sounds overwhelming, even impossible. But here's the truth. It's not about hitting that number overnight. It's about starting where you are now and using the most powerful tools that you already have, time and consistency. The earlier you start, even with small amounts, the more your money can grow through compound interest and compound growth. And if you feel behind, don't beat yourself about it. you can still make major progress by increasing your contributions, cutting back temporarily on non-essentials, or looking into catch-up contributions if you're over 50. Progress over perfection always wins. Also, don't go this alone. Use retirement calculators. Talk to a financial advisor to get clarity on what your specific goal should be, because this isn't just about numbers. It's about freedom. Freedom to rest, to travel, to help your family, to live on your own terms. So don't let the big numbers scare you. Break it down. Start small, stay steady, and keep reminding yourself that you're not just saving for retirement, you're investing in the life that you want to have later on. And you absolutely deserve that future. But let me say this, and this is important because a lot of my responses today, I'm speaking in general terms, providing guidance, structure, and a roadmap. Everyone's finances are unique. Everyone has different responsibilities and life goals. So it's important that you keep that in mind.
All right, these next few came through the chat. I guess we can wrap up after answering a few of these. The first question is, how much should I save each month? What's a good monthly savings target?
Another great question. A good rule of thumb is aim to save 20% of your income. Now, that might sound like a lot, but here's how it breaks down. Part goes to retirement, part to your emergency fund, and part towards paying down debt, because reducing debt is a form of saving too. But let's be real. Not everyone can hit that 20% right away, and that's okay. If you can only save $50 a month right now, then start there. Progress isn't about perfection, it's about consistency. The key is to build the habit, automate it, make it routine, and over time, those small amounts grow, and so does your confidence. I want you to remember this, that every dollar that you save is a step towards your freedom. You're not just saving money, you're buying back your peace of mind.
The next question is, how do I budget for big life expenses? I've got a wedding coming up. How do I plan for it?
Yeah, so big life moments like a wedding or a new car or even a major move can be exciting and overwhelming at the same time. And you're smart for wanting to plan ahead instead of getting caught off guard. Because here's the truth. Financial stress can rob the joy from life's best moments. But with a plan, you can walk into those milestones with peace instead of panic. So let's break it down. First, get super clear on the true cost of what you're planning. Not just the headline price, but the full picture. For a wedding, that means everything from the venue to the dress to the little things like tips and decorations. If you're trying to get a new car, for a car, it's not just about the price tag, it's about the taxes, the registration, the insurance, and maybe even a few repairs. Once you have that number, divide it by the number of months until the event. That gives you a monthly savings goal. So if your wedding is in 12 months and you need $12,000, that means $1,000 a month is what you'll need to save. Here's where the strategy comes in. Open a separate savings account just for that goal. This isn't your emergency fund or vacation money. It's dedicated to your wedding, or if you're trying to get a new car, it's dedicated to that new car. That way, you're not tempted to dip into it, and you can see your progress grow month by month. Automate your savings so it's like a bill that you pay on your future self or your future event. If your goal feels out of reach, that's okay too. Adjust the timeline. Trim some costs or find areas in your current budget where you can cut back even temporarily. Small sacrifices today can fund your dreams tomorrow. And remember, you don't have to fund every dream overnight. Also, consider using a vision board, a countdown calendar, or a savings tracker app and make the journey visual and motivating. Celebrate every milestone because budgeting for big life expenses isn't just about money. It's about living with intention and freedom, not debt and regret. You deserve to enjoy the big moments in life without financial anxiety weighing down on you. So plan now, stay consistent, and remind yourself you're not just saving, you're building memories with peace of mind.
Okay, I guess we can wrap up with this last one. Should I save or invest my money? Is it better to save or invest?
Such a powerful and important question, and one that shows you're starting to think like a true builder of wealth. Here's the thing: saving and investing aren't enemies, they're teammates, each with a different job to do. Think of savings as your safety net. It's about protection, peace of mind, and having your back when life throws surprises. That's why building an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses is step one. It keeps you from going into debt when your car breaks down, or if a medical bill shows up, or your income suddenly shifts. Now, once that cushion is in place, investing becomes your wealth building engine. It's how your money starts working for you instead of the other way around. Investing is about future goals like retirement, owning a home, or building generational wealth. And yes, it can be intimidating at first, but remember, you don't have to be rich to start, you just have to start. Now, once that cushion is in place, investing becomes your wealth building engine. It's how your money starts working for you instead of the other way around. Investing is about future goals like retirement, owning a home, or building generational wealth. And yes, it can be intimidating at first, but remember, you don't have to be rich to start, you just have to start. Saving gives you stability. Investing gives you growth. The key is knowing when to do what. So, if you're still trying to get your footing, focus on saving. But once you're stable, even if it's just $50 a month, start investing. Compound interest is real, and time is your best friend. So, don't think of it as choosing one or the other. Balance is the secret sauce. Save to stay grounded. Invest to reach higher. That's how you build a financial life that's both secure and abundant. Listen, I hope there was something in there that you found helpful. If you did, let me know in the comments below. That was actually one part of the podcast. If you would like me to post the other part, just let me know in the comments below. If I get enough people requesting it, maybe I'll go ahead and post it. All right, so I'll see you in the next video.